Well, folks, this is going to be raw and uncut. And I actually don't even know if I'm going to use this as a playlist. I have been suffering from back pain easily over 20 years. And when I was employed, it was so frustrating because I knew the pain I was in, yet my employer thought I was faking it to get off work. Yet when I was off work, I did nothing at home. I didn't even clean the house. I was in so much pain. I went to chiropractors, masseuse, osteopath. I had my doctor refer me for MRIs, CAT scans, x-rays. I even got referred to a neurosurgeon who all said it's part of aging. You have a little bit of degenerative disc disease, but nothing that we can treat with. And you can only take anti-inflammatories for so long. Come on, like it's got to be doing something to your internal organs. And I gave up. I have very little faith in our medical profession. I'm sure there's some doctors out there who still care. I haven't come across any, let's put it that way. But I in the last few years, I've been doing a little bit better being on the homestead. I have to say, moving around, getting my mind off of other stresses has helped. However, out of nowhere, I started getting joint inflammation, I guess, because my wrist kills me. My ankle was swollen and I didn't twist it, and it aches. My knees hurt, my hips hurt. I have a very hard time sleeping, like all my joints are hurting. Truth is, I don't want to go to a doctor and be poked and prodded and assessed again to be told, oh, there's nothing wrong, it's just part of aging. I live a pretty clean lifestyle when it comes to eating. We eat pretty much 98% clean food. Yeah, you know what, we'll have chips and stuff like that we shouldn't have, but not that often. I drink very little alcohol, almost none. I use more wine for cooking than anything else. And I have this pain. I have this friggin' pain that I'm not crazy. It's there. I have a very limited mobility this morning with my knee. It's just aching me. I can barely bend it. I had a hard time sleeping last night. And what I'm coming down to is I've been looking at the carnivore diet, honestly, for over a year. But I don't jump into diets because I want to do my own research, as you should always do. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a dietitian. And I can't trust other people, their knowledge. So what I do is I do a lot of reading. I do a lot of research before I try anything. And I have played and pondered with the thought of trying this carnivore diet. The logic's there. I've heard some stories, like I watch my YouTube videos the same as you do. You're watching this. And like I said, this is going to be raw and uncut. I am not cutting this. This is whatever comes on my mind is what you're going to hear. I'm very phlegmy. That's another thing. I'm very phlegmy first thing in the morning. My sinuses feel like they're dropping into the back of my throat. I'm doing this constantly. I feel like I can't swallow. I've got this tightening in my chest. I'm not having a heart attack because I checked my blood pressure. It's a little elevated, but not anything crazy. Anyway, my cholesterol looks like it's climbing. I'm 58 years old. That's typically normal. My nurse practitioner said nothing to worry about. And that's the thing, is I'm seeing a nurse practitioner, no longer a family doctor, because we can't get a family doctor, but she's like-minded in more of a natural approach, and that's what I want. So I have all these things happening. Indigestion. Every once in a while I get indigestion. If I'm working out in the garden or with the animals and I'm turned upside down, it just comes up and it starts to burn and it's awful. And I actually have to stop doing what I'm doing. So all these things coming together, I'm thinking, what the F? I know I'm eating well. I know I'm moving around plenty. And all these things are going wrong. Like, it's not environmental, I don't think, because I've moved out into the cleanest air I've been in 30 years, 40 years. I got to figure something out. So I was speaking with a good friend who also had some medical issues recently, and we've always had very like-minded approach to life. And she started the carnivore diet about a year ago. And besides the weight loss, which is always a good thing because you should be a healthy weight so that your body can do what it needs to do, she's feeling a lot better. So I'm throwing in the towel. I'm going to, of course, continue to cook for my family. So I'll be doing all the cooking of stuff that I can't eat. But I am going to try it. I'm going to try this carnivore diet, eating only meat products, and just seeing where it takes me. I'm not sure if I'm going to post this. Honestly, I'm going to save this file. This is now February 3rd, 2024. And if I decide I'm going to make a playlist and post this, I will date everything and I will have my journey in one playlist. I'm sure not everybody's interested in this information, but whatever I experience, I want to be able to share. Good and bad, because this is real life. Remember, it's still under real life on the homestead in Ontario. So what I'm going to do is I've actually pulled out a bunch of my ground pork and rabbit 1 pound containers that I made. And I'm gonna make myself some snacks. It's gonna be hard when I'm making food for the family. And I do enjoy food. I love my food. I enjoy most vegetables. I love pasta. I like making treats. I'm not gonna be having any of those. I'm going to be making a flan, which I love. I love flan. And it's made with milk, eggs, and sugar. So I'm going to do it without the sugar part, because that's one of the things, is eliminating sugar and grains. That's the most important part. I'm going to try it and see what it tastes like without the sweetening. I could do blend. I need to feel like I'm treating myself, because I don't want to feel like I'm holding anything back. But from everything I've read, speaking to my girlfriend and doing research, if you eat the meats and fats, it fills you up and you don't crave. So I expect to crave for the first week, maybe even the first 2 weeks. But let's see where this takes me. I just got on the scale and I'm going to be so honest with you. I'm 5'3" and I weigh 158 pounds. That's ridiculous. I weighed 143 pounds at my peak of pregnancy. I've always weighed about 115. So over the last few years with menopause, I have gained weight and it's been consistently going up. So that's a concern for me. I don't expect to be the same weight I was when I was in my 20s, but I'm getting to an unhealthy stage for pretty much eating healthy and exercising. Why does my weight continue to go up? So I don't want to end up being 200 pounds and then saying, oh shit, I got to deal with this. Well, let's deal with it now. So today, February 3rd, 2024, I am 158. I'm having extreme amount of joint pain. Thank goodness I don't have any psychological issues right now, like anxiety or depression, because that would add to it. But I'm going to go on this journey and I will share with you the negatives as well as the positives, because if this is something that may help somebody else. If it is all positive, then I'm going to share it with you. So anyway, I'm going to get my day started, and you go out and live your best life.
Well, I was 158 when I did that introduction to what my plans were. And this is 3 days later. I am very aware that when you take out carbs, you automatically end up losing water weight. So I'm not surprised that the scale now shows a lower number. But I'm not looking at the weight. I'm looking more at my body composition. So my fat to muscle ratio is really important. This now shows 156. So we're going to say my journey started at 156, but this is where I am concerned. My body fat percentage is 41% and 27.7 BMI. Follow my journey for updates and advice. And of course, recipes too.